Shy and timid animal. The okapi is also the only known relative of the giraffe. And now these guys over here, these are greater kudu. Oh, looks like I might have a greater kudu crossing. They're actually the second tallest antelopes in Africa at around 55 inches tall. Also, these are females. They don't have any horns. Only male greater kudu have horns. Now, a lot of the animals that live here in the forest, their fur and natural markings usually allows them to blend into the background. That means we gotta look for animals with a natural camouflage as we make our way through the forest.
Qué miedo, eso, cuando viven todos, nos vienen a asustar.
Well, I think I see something up ahead. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be coming over to some bongos. They'll be on your left. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because they're hardly ever seen. Their horns are actually pointed straight back. This way they can dive into the deep underbrush of forest to get away from predators and not get themselves all tangled. Alright, now we're going to head over to the Safi River. Let's see what we can find in here.
Fue sin querer, echándose la mano acá y bueno, pues ya. Vos andás traduciendo. ¿Cómo se llama? Leandro. Leandro, vos andás traduciendo.
Alright, now if you don't see anything on this side of the river, don't worry, there's a whole other side left to explore. You might have better luck upstream. Oh, you're going to see some hippos in the water on the left. Hippos actually spend most of their day in the water. They'll walk or tiptoe along the very bottom of the river and can hold their breath for up to 5 to 8 minutes. Also, hippos make a wheeze honk sound. Either first they'll wheeze then they'll honk, or first they'll honk then they'll wheeze. It is really up to them. But no two sound the same. They have very distinct voices, kind of like humans. Now those birds you see in the center are called pink-backed pelicans. They get their name because their backs underneath their wings will turn a light shade of pink, but only during mating season. It gives them a nice blush color.
¿A este lo bajaron?
Alright guys, there's one last hippo over here. It's got there's a baby hippo there too, very small.
Un chico. Rinoceronte, mira qué grande.
Go ahead and take a seat for me back there. Thank you. It was just born about 2 days ago, so brand new. Okay, next we're going to pass by some Nile crocodiles. Now these guys can reach up to 16 to 20 feet long and live for about 45 years in the wild, usually about 75 years on reserve. They are incredibly dangerous, highly territorial creatures. Alright, it looks like the vegetation around us is starting to thin out and change. That's because we're heading into the savannah.
La sabana. Esta parte es la que, digo, estar si nos corren al lado. Claro.
Alright everybody, welcome to the savannah. This is the largest part of our reserve. The savanna is home to millions of animals every year. Think of it as the superhighway of Africa. Animals are always coming and going throughout this entire area.
Ve los cuernos que tienen aquellos.
Right now, we're coming over to a herd of wildebeests first. Wildebeests usually travel in herds of over 1 million. They can travel about 1,000 miles every year, just following the rain for fresh grass. And as we pull up a little bit further, there's going to be Ankole cattle on either side of us here. Now, I don't know about you, but the first thing I noticed about these Ankole cattle are those long horns. Those horns can reach up to 6 feet from tip to tip. They look really heavy, but they are hollow inside with a honeycomb shape, and they use them as a natural cooling device, getting rid of any excess heat. It's like having an air conditioning unit on your head. And you'll see those small antelopes, those are springbok. Springbok can actually spring into the air around 13 feet while running. They're amongst the top 10 fastest land animals, reaching speeds of up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. Now, over on the left, we're going to see if we can find some hyenas. There's actually, oh, they're right in the middle. Let me pull up a little bit more. Now, even the highest ranking male is lower than the lowest ranking female. That means there's a lot of girl power when it comes to hyenas.
Es como un tigre. No lo veo.
No, they are related to dogs, but they're within their own family called hyenas.
Una iguana. No, una hiena. Iguana.
So like, what are you doing this?
Alright, you'll see some Patterson elands now on the left. Patterson elands are the largest antelopes in Africa. The adult male can be over 6 foot just at his shoulder. They can also leap over 6 to 8 feet straight into the air from a standing position. And such notice these tall structures here, these are called termite mounds. Elephants will use the termite mounds as a scratching post, but once they've been worn down, then the antelopes will jump on top of them. This way they can look out for predators. They can be as hard as concrete, actually made out of termite dung and saliva. Right, and as we circle back around, we can check out those animals that we saw before. Now these springbok here aren't fully grown. They only get to be around 3 to 4 feet tall. The Ankole cattle were first discovered over in ancient Egypt and can be seen in the hieroglyphics. Hey guys, just a reminder, everyone must remain seated back there. Children can sit in your laps, but they cannot stand in your laps. They have to be completely seated either in the seat or in your lap. Thank you. Now, a lot of the antelopes that live out on the savannah will usually take turns sleeping in shifts. This way they can look out for predators. That's because a lot of predators do prefer to hunt at the cover of darkness. Alright, there's some giraffes over here. Giraffes are pretty hard to miss. They're the tallest land animals in the world, at around 18 to 20 feet tall. On average though, a giraffe only sleeps about 30 minutes every day. But they don't do the full 30 minutes in one sitting. They usually like to take these small power naps throughout their day. Once again, everyone must remain seated there. Thank you.
Nunca vi una jirafa ella.
You'll see giraffes using that long prehensile tongue to try to grab some leaves. Those tongues are around 18 inches long. It's actually long enough for them to lick their own eyeballs. Giraffes will reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour over short distances.
Yes.
Then they'll usually just cruise around at about 10 miles an hour.
Se lo va a
Certainly have a lot of giraffes out on a reserve today. A group of giraffes is called a tower, which is fitting because they're always towering over other animals. Alright, now this giraffe here is pretty close. Be sure to keep your hands inside the vehicle for me. We're just going to go nice and slow. Remember, no flash photography, guys. Alright, now the top of this hill, you see these two very unusual looking trees. These are called the baobab trees, but they're also known as the upside down trees because their tops look like roots. Elephants usually dig their tusks into the trunks of the trees to get at some of the water it holds deep inside. They're leafless for about 9 months out of the year and can live to be over 1,000 years old.
Qué lindo color el agua,
Es una playa.
Mira, mira, ahora vas a ver hermoso los flamencos blancos.
Alright, next we're gonna go by some greater flamingos.
Sí.
Greater flamingos are actually the lightest colored species of flamingo. They'll get that light pink coloring from the beta carotene found in the shrimp they eat. Also, a group of flamingos, such as this one, is called a flamboyant.
Sí, me encantan los flamencos.
¿Viste que son los que están muriendo? Sí, así son las nuestras son más lindas.
We are heading now into the outskirts of the savannah. Let's see what we can find out here.
Salimos de la sabana.
Entramos a la jungla.
¿Entramos a la jungla? No escuché.
No estoy segura.
Well, first off, it looks like we found our warden's post, and they confiscated a lot of poachers' items such as horns and tusks. Unfortunately, guys, poaching has become a huge problem here in Africa because those poachers are very well funded, seeing as a lot of materials are worth a lot of money out on the black market. It's because of poachers that there were animals considered to be extinct in the wild. Remember to turn that flash on.
Marfil.
Only ever to be found on reserves. But thankfully reserves like this one are working together to try to reduce the poachers' effects on the animals, as well as the places that they live.
¿Eso qué video? Video no.
Cuando aparezca el elefante, cuando aparezca el elefante.
Video más que no puedo. 5.
Ahora el vacío aparece el
Alright, you guys are in luck. It looks like there's a cheetah over here. You're gonna see her on the left up at the top of that hill. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals. They can reach speeds of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour, but only over short distances. They're more short distance runners than they are long distance runners. That's just because they can easily overheat it. Cheetahs do depend a lot on that speed and agility while hunting, which means that sometimes other big cats will beat them out for their prey, simply because they're a lot stronger than cheetahs. That is, of course, if they're able to catch them.
Bueno, me sale el hogar equivocado, está todo vigilado.
Alright guys, next this rock formation we're coming up to here is called a kopie, and if you look at the second tallest rock, you can see that there's a lioness up there. Now, lions really like to hang out on top of the kopie because it gives them a great vantage point to look out for their prey.
No se lo ve.
Honestly, they mostly just sleep. Lions sleep a lot. They sleep around 16 to 20 hours every day. They also have an incredibly fast metabolism rate. This means they can eat an entire meal and go right back for more. So they eat a lot and they sleep a lot. You know, it sounds like a pretty good life to me. You'll see some Bonsabok here next to us on the right. These Bonsabok, at one point there's only about 20 of them left in the entire world. This was due to poaching for their glossy brown fur. But now, thanks the reserve, there's over 2,000. It looks like there's another lion over here. A lion's roar can actually be heard from about 5 to 6 miles away, and they'll roar in order to keep track of members of their pride. But depending on how dominant that lion is, usually depends how many lions will respond to that roar. Oh guys, look at the tallest rock. There's a male lion up
Y
there.
allá arriba hay otro, mirá. Allá arriba está.
En la piedra arriba hay más. Oh my goodness.
Allí está el león macho.
El león macho.
Qué bueno.
Dactari. Qué antigüedad.
Oh, you guys hear that? That's him roaring. Just missed it. Alright. Let's see. Doesn't look like anybody else is over here.
Oh, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it.
Busquen.
Busquen algo acá. En la sabana. Es un zoológico gigante, ¿no? Tener que venir a darles de comer, atenderlo, mantenerlo.
Alright, we are officially out of the savannah now and into the final part of our reserve. It's called the Magadi Glen. And you'll kind of see some yellow-billed storks by the water over here. They've got a wingspan of about 5 feet. They're also a carnivorous bird. They'll like to eat small fish and frogs. Seems to work for them, seeing as they have a lifespan of over 30 years.